Hey guys, it's Sid at the Huge Convention. How's it going this afternoon? Listen, I'm really excited. We got Kyle Ray from Geek Window Cleaning in Austin, Texas. He's going to be one of our speakers at the Huge next week. And he's going to be joining us in a minute. He was driving. He's got to do something real quick. So as soon as he jumps on, we'll start the interview. And that's going to be cool. But while we're waiting for that, I want to share a couple things with you about the Huge. So number one, it's starting next week. You probably already know this. So next week, we got the Huge Convention in Orlando, Florida at the Gaylord Palms Hotel. We start on Wednesday, the 26th with our pre-show classes. So pre-show classes are extra. It's a day before the real convention kicks off. But I'm gonna pop this up and I want to show you what to expect with our pre-show classes. And it's really cool. So why come to a pre-show class? Let's find them. And these are accelerated classes. So our keynote speaker, Tom Reber, he's the founder of Contractor Fight, and he is really clear about systems and how to make sure that you are profitable. So on Wednesday morning, he's doing a 3-hour command center for Command Your Profit for the Contractor Fight. In the afternoon, the Huge Mastermind from 1 to 5 is running the 10X business experience. And this is where you will learn exactly what your business looks like when it's 10 times the size it is now. And you'll have a path to get there. Christmas Light Contractors are going to be putting on a training all day long. Clippa is running ClippaCon concurrent and with the Huge Convention. So same location, but it's their own event. They're going to be doing their installation training and deep training on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Lights for Decorators is running a training as well on Wednesday. This is one, I'm biased, it's my favorite because I'm going to be hosting this and being the facilitator for the Huge Mastermind. This is the breakdown. You didn't build a business to be a prisoner to it. And I lost my page here. Dudes. This half a day is going to help you understand where's the bottleneck and how to get rid of it. So it's all about becoming the master of your business and not a slave to your business. But that's the cool part. Here, let me back up. Let me go up a bit. Doggone it. All right. I'm navigating stuff. We're going to get there. The Huge Convention. We'll let this little video play in the background because we're going to talk about my personal opinion. Everything about the Huge is cool. All right. You get to see a lot of people. We've got the keynote speakers. We've got all the breakout sessions. And all the people that teach from stage they're not teaching theory. They've done it. They've been there. They've done that. They're teaching from experience. And that's why it's really valuable. It's not some theoretical deal. So you got the speakers and the education. You've got the trade show that you can see here on the video. It is the world's largest trade show for window cleaners, power washers, anywhere in the world. So if you've got questions, you want to see the latest gear, the latest equipment, you want to go and talk to the vendors that you actually use, it's a great opportunity to get in front of those people. But the main thing about the Huge Convention, like you see with the people here, it is the networking. It's the people you meet. It's the hallway conversations. It's going to dinner with people that are your peers that are in the trenches with you. And it's connecting with serious-minded business builders. That's, in my opinion, the most valuable part of the Huge Convention is being in proximity with people that have already been there and done that. Being in proximity with, meeting and connecting with people that are facing the same problems and challenges you're facing so that you can learn from one another, help one another. How valuable would it be, or how valuable is it for you to, if you face a challenge in your business, maybe you got a question about hiring a general manager or hiring your first employee. What if you had somebody you could call to ask that question? That is hyper valuable. Hey, those of you jumping in live, say hi in the comments so I can say hi back. It's good to see you. So I am just talking about what's happening next week at the Huge Convention while we're waiting for Kyle to come on, and hopefully he gets back on soon. We were on a minute ago, had a tech issue, and he bombed out. So he'll be back in a minute. All right, back to the huge. As you can see, the huge. Thursday, we've got Tom Reber delivering our keynote, and he's going to be followed by Brandon Vaughn with keynote number 2. So for those of you who don't know Tom Reber, he is the founder of The Contractor Fight, and he helps business owners, HVAC, plumbing, window cleaning, home services to understand their numbers and really dial in their profit. All right. Craig popped in here. Craig, what's up? It's always good to see you. Said, you and your daughter went over all the classes available. Which ones are you going to go to? Do you know which one that she's picked out to go to, Craig? And by the way, I can't freaking wait to see the museum this year. I'm going to do what presenters and speakers should never do. I'm going to step away from the screen for just a second because I'm going to grab something for Craig to show you. I think I've shown you this before, but I got to show you again. So y'all hang tight. I'll be right there. I'll be right back. Wait. Can you see this thing? Here's my thing. All right, dudes. Craig, this is just for you. I know I sent Grace a photo of this before, but one of the guys that used to work for me made this ridiculous, cool lamp for me. I trained him at window cleaning. He worked for me for 2 years. He started his own company, and we're really close friends. And check it out. Woo! It's got the lamp with the brush head from the water-filled pole, and then the double squeegee hanging out in there. It's one of my favorite cool things. It belongs in the museum, but I can't check that in the bag. TSA would kill me. All right, I'm going to bring Kyle on. He's here. Appreciate you hanging out. Craig, if you got questions for Kyle, this will be the time. Kyle, can you hear me okay? Have you got me? Can you hear me, buddy? Kyle, wave.
Okay, I can see
I can
you,
hear
but
you.
I can't hear you.
No audio. All right, hang on. Let me see if I can fix that.
Hear you.
All right, everybody that's joined us live, you get to troubleshoot with us. Give us a second here. Yeti. I got Yeti. Can you hear me? Let me know when you can start hearing me, okay, Kyle? Anything?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right. Do you hear me now? You got any audio?
Yeah, I can't hear anything.
Well, it's a bummer. I'm showing that we're good in live. Hey, Craig, can you hear me okay? Can you put in the comments if you guys have audio on me? Hit me back there and let me know if you can hear me. Kyle's having a hard time hearing me. It's going to be difficult.
Yeah, it's not letting me hear.
Okay. Kyle, I hear you okay, but you don't hear me.
I still can't hear you.
No dice. What the heck?
I don't know. As soon as you brought me on, it cut out.
Oh, weird. How about now? You got me? Can you hear me at all? You got me now? No? Yes? Kyle? You can't hear me, dude.
Now I'm.
Oh,
as soon as you brought me on the show, all audio went out. And I don't know if you can hear me, and I just can't hear you, or what's happening.
All right. Kyle?
Can you hear me?
Yes. I hear you fine.
Well,
right,
sure. So what do you want to talk about? Are you going to sign language this whole thing? My name's Kyle. I'm in Austin. I'm going to teach people residential service contracts. It's going to be great.
Hold on.
Yeah, I still can't. I'm trying to plug in different stuff on my truck. You know, my headphones is gone.
You see this?
Oh, how long in business? Okay, yeah. So I've been in business since 2007. I started it as a side hustle in Houston, and it really, it started in 2007 is like when I started doing. I would say it really started taking off. It was a financial crisis happened, so like it started really growing like 2010, 2011. We've grown into a multi-city operation, so we operate in Houston and Austin. I started selling subscription services in 2015, and now we don't do one-off window cleaning anymore. It's like you either sign up for our program or we just don't service you or refer you to another window cleaning company. It's been a lot of fun, but we've learned a lot of stuff along the way in the last 10 years on how to perfect a subscription service for window cleaning. So we only do residential. We don't do commercial at all. We get asked sometimes by clients who own like a restaurant or something, but we'll do it for them, but that's not something that we do. So yeah, we only specialize in residential service contracts. That's it.
Okay. And tell us how you sell.
How do we sell? That's a really good question. And I would say the main way that we sell is we run a door-to-door sales team. But before we implemented the door-to-door sales team, the way that we would get people on our program was we would do a one-off window cleaning. They would see how we work, and then we would tell the customer, hey, now your glass is maintenance ready. We have this program, and you can, we'll discount you on your cleaning. And that's how we would get people to join. And we just slowly built that list of clientele over the years. And now we're at a point where we're not chasing one-off jobs anymore. We know what's coming in because we bill most of our clients monthly. And so we know exactly what's going to happen. And yeah, it's great. We love it. I love getting phone calls from real estate agents who are like, I have a photo shoot at 5 o'clock tomorrow. I need the windows cleaned. And if you can fit me in, I'll send you all my clients. We're just like, nope, like we don't do that. Sorry. It's my favorite call to get. Anytime that happens and my office manager knows, oh, let me call Kyle and I'll have him call you back because I just love turning them down. It's like it's like I don't know, I just enjoy it.
Yeah. Got a question here on the screen. Can you see it?
How often do you tell people no? Quite a lot, actually. And it's interesting because, at first when we were going to switch from no longer offering one-offs, we would get a call and someone would be like, oh, I really want it. And we would like make an exception. And when we got to the point where we just really don't care. And I think the customer can hear that in our voice when we tell them no. When we're like, yeah, sorry, we don't do that. You either sign up for this or we just don't service you. And they're like, okay, I'll sign up for it. So it's kind of interesting. What is scary? Yes, it was scary. Because we were worried about like, are we going to be able to consistently get people to sign up? And this is why I would say you need a multi-channel way to bring in new clients. One of the best ways, in my opinion, is running a door-to-door sales team that's direct to consumer, because we position ourselves as we like in our pitch, we're like pool care, lawn care, but for your windows. This is the reason I'm teaching this at the Huge is because a regular window cleaning, subscription window cleaning should be the thing that homeowners think of when they buy a house. If they buy a house with a pool, they're like, oh, I gotta get a pool guy, or I gotta get a yard guy. They should also be thinking, I gotta get a window guy. And the more companies that are switching to recurring only is just going to make the industry much better, and it's going to make it much easier for everyone else to sell. Because every time you get a request for a one-time job, you're competing with someone else. Most of the time, they're not, most of the time customers are savvy enough to get multiple estimates. And so you're in competition.
Right.
So recurring, we have 3 tiers. And this is one of the things I talk about is you want 3 different options to be able to give a customer. So we do biannual, triannual, or quarterly. Quarterly is their default. That's what we lead with. But we have clients that have us come every other week. So one of the big things is that whatever recurring program you're going to put someone on, make sure that the service benefits from that occurrence, right? So we have whatever that schedule is. So we have a client that we go to every month, and we power wash her back patio and just do the windows on her back patio. And we do this every month. But every month when we show up to do it, her patio is covered in mud and dirt, and she lives on the lake, and there's bugs everywhere. So every time we clean it, there's a improvement that the customer sees, because if the customer doesn't see whatever it is you're doing on a regular basis, if they don't see the instant result or like the instant gratification, they're going to cancel, because they're going to be like, why am I doing this? I don't need it this often. So they need to see the result. And I think quarterly is really good. It's probably the soonest you can get to someone's windows on a regular basis, because that's when it starts to get dirty enough that they start to notice. And that way, when you clean it, they notice the difference of them being dirty and clean.
Okay.
But some people will be like, I don't want quarterly. It's too often. I want biannual. And we're like, sure. I mean, it just get them into your ecosystem if it's biannual, and then you can convert them to quarterly. Okay, so we did initially, people are going to hate me for this. We used to be like, hey, customer, your regular one-time cleaning is $500. So we got to clean your glass we'll give you $100 off. We'll do it for $400. And then your windows will be maintenance ready, and we'll switch you over to this program. We used to do that, and that's what I highly recommend. Now we don't do that, and now we start people for as little as $45.
Wow.
Yeah, so if that's their monthly payment, we're like, hey, we'll do your initial cleaning for $45. They sign a 24-month service agreement. I'm playing the long game. I know that my lifetime value per customer is about $7,000, and the cancellation fee in our contract would cover it if they decided to take us up on the $45 and then cancel. Our cancellation policy is like, okay, sure, no problem. And then we would just charge them automatically. So you have to be able to put someone in an enforceable contract before you agree to do something for $45. We lose money on the client, but our cost of acquisition, so there's 2 numbers that I follow or look at. I want to increase my lifetime value of a customer, and I want to decrease my cost of acquisition. But I will pay $500 for every client, because I know it's going to net me $6,500 over the next 3 years from that client. Yeah. So I will pay a stupid amount of money. So we'll start people at $45, and our customers love it. How many services until you're cash flow positive? So this varies. And this is something that I talk about at the Huge. It's called service stacking. So our program is called our Always Clean program. And then we have ACP Plus. Our Always Clean program covers exterior only window cleaning. And if they only sign up for that, we're cash flow positive in month 5, typically, depending on the size. Anywhere from 5 to 7 months is when we're cash flow positive. Also depends on how they were sold, if it was a door-to-door rep or if it was a company generated lead. But a lot of times we get our door reps are trained to service stack. So they'll do exterior window cleaning, start you at $45. Oh, but you also need your house washed. That's going to be $500 up front. Oh, you also need interior window cleaning. That's going to be $350 up front. So we'll start you on the exterior at a really low price, but everything else is regular upfront, normal pricing. But then they get a discount if they add it to their program. And we're going to execute these services every March, right? We're going to soft wash your house every April after pollen. And this is going to be fixed into your monthly price. But to do it the initial time, you're going to pay up front, because our monthly payments is they're prepaying for the service that's going to happen 12 months from now. Does that make sense?
The next. Okay.
We do power washing, soft washing, flat surfaces, stone sealing, natural stone cleaning, and then window cleaning, interior, exterior, and like exterior light fixtures. We did holiday lighting, and I don't do it anymore. It was I just did not enjoy it. There's a lot of money in it, but I was just like, F this, I'm not doing this anymore. It's just, you know, we still do like 5 clients a year, and those clients, their packages are like 5,000 or more. And so we'll still do those people, but anybody else that asks us, we just are like, no, we don't do it. We'll just refer you to another company. We sold all of our Christmas lights that we had. We're actually trying to, we've eliminated a lot of services. I'm really trying to niche down and just be specialists in like these few things. And this is what you pay me for. And then we have a vetted list of other contractors that provide these other services.
Okay. Like this.
I don't have a referral partner for lights in Houston or Austin. I have a buddy that owns a pressure washing company. And technically we're competitors, but we refer a lot. He specializes in stuff that I don't do, and we specialize in stuff that he doesn't do, so we refer a lot. He's thinking about getting into holiday lights. I've told him to stay away, but you know, if he does it, then I'm like, okay, you know, go for it. If you're in Austin or Houston and you only do Christmas lights, I'm all about like having a partnership, because we just don't do it.
Okay.
I mean, clients ask us all the time.
All right.
And they get upset when we don't do it, but we're just like, hey, look, would you rather your window cleaning company also specialize in your Christmas lights? I think you should find a Christmas light company.
Right on.
Our marketing is primarily door to door, and then we've built out a pretty robust referral system that's pretty intense. And so we get a lot of referrals. So the way our program works is if a client refers us to 2 people, they get free service. This is how you get people to service stack stuff, because we're like, hey, you should service stack 2 times interior and house washing and flat surface power washing, and then refer us 2 people, because then you're going to get a quarter for free. So if you just refer us 2 people every quarter, you don't pay for anything. And as long as everything's built into your package, all of it's free. And so, and trust me, they don't refer consistently enough to do that. So they may get 1 quarter free, but then they fall off the next quarter, and you've now service stacked and locked them into a contract where you're getting paid more. So like, that's a wink, wink. When you train new sales, how soon are they ready to sell independently? Okay. Our door-to-door training is very systematized. I've spent like 2 years building it. Essentially, the way it works is people get hired on Indeed, or not hired, they get interviewed on Indeed, then they're brought into an onboarding where we kind of go over more day-to-day stuff. If they, you know, are invited to work with us that day, we send them home with their pitch. They memorize, they have 2 days to memorize it. They come in for what's called a pitch pass off, and then they're assigned an area, they're assigned a team lead, and then they are knocking in 3 days. So It's very fast. Our pitch is very easy to learn. And then we have ongoing training through like video training. And then we run sales meetings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then onboarding is every Tuesday and Thursday. And then we run interviews every day, Monday through Friday at 9:15 and 10:15.
Dang. Okay.
So it's like, it's intense. Example of a standard pitch. Standard pitch is knock on the door, you know, hey, you must be whatever your first name is, or Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so, because we use door data, so we know who they are. You're like, my name's Kyle, I represent Geek Window Cleaning. We take care of so-and-so and so-and-so. I just wanted to stop by and give you a quick quote. one thing we've discovered in this neighborhood is everybody is paying way too much for window cleaning when compared to our Always Clean program. Takes me about 90 seconds to give you a price. I just got to walk around your house and make sure your home even qualifies for the program. If it does, I'm able to give you that price. You want to meet me in the backyard or you want to walk with me? And then we transition them into the backyard because in the backyard, you're a friend. On the front door, you're a sales rep. So we want to get in their backyard and sit at their table. We're like, hey, cool. So it looks like your home qualifies. So the price for your home is going to be XYZ. Like we'll give them a range of what their monthly charge is going to be. We run a setter closer model. I should start with that. But we're like, hey, I'm pretty sure your home qualifies. Next step would be for my manager to just swing by and just verify that your home does qualify and then also confirm what level your home is. And then she will be able to give you that exact pricing, answer any questions you have about our Always Clean program. You might want to think of it like pool care, lawn care, but for your windows. So we come out every quarter and just take care of all the exterior window cleaning for you. That way you don't ever have to think about it. It's automatic scheduling. Her name is Lauren. She's meeting with your neighbor so-and-so over on X Street today at 4. I could have her swing by right after. Does 4:30 or 5 work better for you? And then they tell me, oh, 5 o'clock. Okay, great. And then I go through an app. We set the appointment. Lauren gets notified. She shows up. And then she walks through the actual program, the contract. We've discovered that trying to close, you can close exterior window cleaning contracts at the door on the spot. But yes, we always set an appointment for a closer because we are more of a consultative sale and we're trying to build out an entire program for an entire year. So we walk them through the whole year and we're like, look, we're going to come out every season. What happens at the beginning of the year at your house? Are you on vacation? Whatever. Okay. What happens during spring at your house? What happens during summer? Do you have kids? Are you having pool parties? Are you out of the country at another home? So we want to understand what's going on throughout their house. And then we build out an entire package for them. And we're like, this is what our recommendation is for your home. These are the services that we recommend to be executed in each season. And then this is going to be your initial cleaning price. And then this is going to be your monthly moving forward. And we're going to show up every quarter and execute XYZ. So that's why we do setter closer, because trying to walk, customers are like, they want fast. They want you off their door, and getting them to set an appointment is a lot easier. Just be like, hey, look, my manager just has to come by and like verify that your home even qualifies for our program. Unfortunately, not everybody does. That's a pullback. It makes them be like, well, why would my home not qualify? Yeah. And we're like, well, there's a few reasons, but I'm just the canvasser. I'm just the guy that like kind of gives you a brief overview of what it is. And then Lauren can really get into the nitty gritty and details of everything. It takes about 30 minutes, totally free. You can sign up or not.
Yeah.
Classic takeaway. Not everybody qualifies. Your house may get DQ'd.
Yeah.
But
I really like this comparison.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. It's the simplest analogy that you can do whenever you're talking to somebody, because one of the things that we do, like if we get an objection where somebody's, or not even an objection, we use a lot of NEPQ, but we'll walk into the backyard, and if they have a swimming pool, before we really start talking about ACP, we'll be like, oh man, that's such an amazing pool. You must do a lot of entertaining back here. That's so awesome. That must really suck to have to like drain it and refill it every time it gets green. And what do you think they respond? Their response is, no, I got a guy that comes by every week and cleans it for me. I don't got to drain it. And we're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes total sense. And we're like, what about your lawn? Do you just like call the guy whenever the lawn's like, the grass is like 2 feet tall to have him come cut it? And he's like, no, man, he just shows up every week. Oh, okay, so you know the importance of regular maintenance then. Great, we're on the same page. Let me tell you about our Always Clean program. It's like pool care, lawn care, but for your windows. And then they're like, oh, duh.
Right.
So if you don't walk them down that path, then a lot of objections come up.
Yeah.
Average lifetime is 7,000.
7,000. Yeah.
No, usually that's over 4 years.
Okay. Yeah. I like
that. We know that if we get them on window cleaning and we get them into our ecosystem, every quarterly visit is an opportunity to build trust with the client, and it's an upsell opportunity. And we don't do hard push on selling. We're just like, hey, I noticed that your stairs are looking kind of dingy, and your walkway, like we could take care of that. Before I get out of here, I'm just going to leave you with a quote. We also do video, our techs do video before and after walkthroughs with the house, and they're calling out things that they see that need to be done. And then that gets uploaded to our communication software Pronto. And then our office admin immediately builds out a quote for whatever it was that they said, and then sends it to them, or sends it to the homeowner while our techs are on site saying, hey, pro tip, are your technicians saw some stuff on your house that may need some TLC. If you're interested in booking this on your next quarterly cleaning, let us know. Usually when they get that, they come outside and they start talking to our techs, and then our techs are like, then they upsell it. Our techs our comp plan for our techs is really crazy, but they can make like insane amount of money. I'll touch on it a little bit. I know a lot of people close rate on the upsell opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, we typically are doing like 8 houses a day. We're typically upselling at least one. Really what happens is like a day of. Really what happens is these people are booking 3 months from now. They're like, yeah, let's do it on the next cleaning. We're like, cool. Do you want to add that to your ACP program and just have this done on a regular basis so we don't have to think about it? And this is how you start to increase their monthly payment. And like, this is building retention. This is you're building a moat around your client, because if anybody else comes and knocks on the door, they'll be like, yeah, dude, I got a guy that like fucking does everything and it's executed. So you need to be able to execute the services. Your scheduling system needs to be like robust enough to be able to track, okay, Sid is on our quarterly program, and in April he's doing this, and 3 months later we're doing exterior windows again plus XYZ, and it needs to just be automatic pop-up. And then we built a couple of AI tools where it's like we have time calculators. So, and I'm getting really into it, but our technicians are rated on tier levels. So tier 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they have an interior specialist certification, a pressure washing, soft washing certification, and then an operations manager certification that they can acquire, that they have to pay us to earn. Yeah, that's a crazy thing.
Okay.
But we know that, hey, if we're going to send a tier 3 tech and a tier 1 tech to Sid's house with all of these services, we know approximately how much time that's going to take. So every employee is rated like a 1 through 5. Man, it's just like there's so much. This is gonna be too much. Do you auto schedule? No, we auto schedule. So everything is auto scheduled, but they're on an automatic drip campaign that starts hitting them with text messages about 8 weeks prior to their service. It's like, hey, your service is going to be in 2 months. Would you like to add anything? And then about 6 weeks before, if we don't hear from them, they get another text. And then 4 weeks prior, they're automatically booked. And then it's like, hey, your appointment has been scheduled. Let us know now if you want to add any additional services, so we can allot the correct amount of time to complete it. And then usually that gets people where they're like, oh yeah, I want to do this. Make sure you book me enough time. Because we'll show up, and if we're scheduled to just do exterior only, and they're like, oh, well, I really want to do the interior, can you do it? We tell them no. We're just like, sorry, we can't do that today. We're completely booked. We can reschedule you for the inside, but you should be getting these text messages asking if you want additional services. Make sure you respond to those and let us know. That way we can allot you the correct amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Houston and Austin.
Okay.
I live in Austin, but I go to Houston like once a quarter. Can you duplicate? Yeah, so this is the fun part. Dallas is going to be coming online soon.
Okay.
And the way that we're about to start trying to open new markets, we're going to try to open a new market once a quarter next year. So we're probably looking at Florida as the first state to start opening out of state markets. But our sales reps go from canvasser, closer, Jedi, and then they become a market owner. And then our technicians, when they climb the ladder and they're all the way up to tier 4 tech, and then they get their interior specialist certification and their pressure washing, soft washing specialist certification. Then they can get trained to be ops manager, and then they would get sent to a new market to be the ops manager for the market owner that is a sales rep that builds the sales team, and then ops manager runs the tech side. So yeah, it's a whole thing that's all built out. So yeah, it's real crazy because we're trying to go to 40 million in like 5 years. So it's like it's gonna be wild.
It's a wild ride.
Yeah. I wish I could share a photo. We do these things called Spark Moments. It's a lot of fun. But our techs and we're all trained to like really listen to a customer. And so we were at a customer's house the other day, and I was on site at this customer. It was a new onboard 10,000 square foot house, and they wanted like everything under the sun: house wash, 20 exterior light fixtures, exterior window cleaning, flat service. Like their initial cleaning was like $7,000 just for the first time. So we go and complete it, and I'm inside talking to the husband, and I'm like, well, that's a crazy collection you got. And it's just this crazy bar. And apparently they're really into craft cocktails. And so after every new person, new ACP member that we onboard, we typically send them cookies. And we're like, welcome to our Always Clean program. We look forward to servicing you for as long as you live in the home, yada, yada, yada. Well, this client, we decided to give a bottle of booze to, because I was talking to him about cocktails. And we were talking about traditional daiquiris, and I was like, ooh, I know a recipe for a traditional daiquiri you probably aren't familiar with. And he was like, yeah, that sounds amazing. You know, I'll have to try that one day. And I was like, yeah, for sure. And I was like, he's never going to remember what I told him. So I went to the liquor store, bought the bottle of plantation pineapple rum, took it to him the next day, rang the doorbell, dropped it off. I was like, hey, normally we send cookies. We figured it would be appropriate to give you guys a bottle of booze. Welcome to the club. You know, that's it. And then we had the recipe for the drink in there. And then later that evening, they sent me a photo of themselves with the drink. And they were like, this is such an amazing drink. Thank you so much. We love you guys.
Yeah.
And it's like, they literally just came on last week. So it was super cool to get that. But we get that a lot. So we sent like, to one client, they had 2 bulldogs, and the dogs' names were like Bowser and Miss Kitty. And so we sent them a gift box with a Miss Kitty stuffed animal and a Bowser stuffed animal for their dogs, and dog treats. And the husband had all this crazy whiskey collection, but he was missing this one bottle, so he included the bottle of that. And he was the former CFO of Vivint. He took them public, and then he referred us to 5 people, and their jobs, all initial cleaning, were like 4,000 or more each, because they're all like 8,000 square foot homes.
Yeah.
So it's like you do these little things, and it will just come back to you. Like a $50 care package, like no big deal. I'll do that all day long. All right, I think that's it.
Nope, not yet. Not yet.
Oh, wait, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Ah, that was it. Okay. I dropped off to see if you could hear me, because before it was like whatever. Anyway, you can hear me. That's really cool with the, dropping off the gift. We do one of the hospitals here in town. We just wrapped it up today, matter of fact. And it's like a $30,000 job. We do a couple times a year. But Monday, I took lunch to the environmental services team. They have like 20 people. So I took a big tray of sandwiches, and it cost me like $150. And we chatted about one problem issue I pointed out since we started the contract 2 years ago. They're like, yeah, we don't have the budget. Yeah, we don't have the budget. And dropped off lunch Monday. Today he called and he's like, yeah, I got that approved. Let's do it. And it's $10,000 for an add-on restoration clean. And I'm like, it's surprising.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's just reciprocity. Anyway, I love that. What kind of whiskey or bourbon was the guy missing bottle?
So the whiskey bottle that we sent to him was called oh my God, Milam and Green. It's a local distillery here out of Dripping Springs. Okay. Really good rye bourbon for old fashions. But he had like all this bourbon, and I was like, oh, he doesn't have that bottle, and it's really good. So we just sent it to him, and he was like, dude, it's so good for old fashions. I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's why I give it to you.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. So it's like just paying attention is so cool. we had a big client up at the lake, and I was cleaning his office. This was years ago, and he was out of the house, and I noticed an empty wine bottle that was on his bookcase with all his like awards and stuff from their company. And I thought, oh, that must be special to him. Maybe it was from an anniversary or whatever. So I found one and took it to him next time. And it became one of my wife and I's favorite bottles too. But it's like, he's like, how did you know? How did you know? I'm like, I've been casing your joint for a while.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you have to be tactful about it, but
yeah. Bummer. We may have lost Kyle. I mean, we lost him temporarily, but hopefully he comes back. So these are the questions I've been wanting to ask Kyle for a couple of years. He was in our mastermind, in the huge mastermind, for a year, and everything he just shared about their always clean plan and the way they sell and the way they package and the way they train their customers, like they were developing it and refining it, and it was very closely held. That's why I'm so stoked that this year at the huge, so next week, I think on Thursday, Kyle's going to be teaching people how to sell the recurring revenue model for window cleaning. And if I had to have one takeaway from this, like the greatest thing, the thing that was the coolest to me was making a comparison that people understand and going, it's like your pool service, or it's like landscape or your lawn care. Like clearly you're going to do that over and over again. And then I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah. So anyway, what a great comparison. We got a couple people still on here live. Say hi. If you want a ticket to the huge convention, I've got one to give away. So if you want a ticket, if you need a ticket, if you need an extra ticket for someone on your team, you decide you want to bring them, it's just next week. I've got one ticket to give away. Just comment, I would like that ticket, and I will arrange it for you. So with that, hopefully Kyle can come back on. I'll give it one more second, but what a great explanation of a creative and unique way to sell memberships for your window cleaning service. So you have recurring service, every quarter or at least twice a year, but you have monthly revenue that stays the same over time. It protects your cash flow and make sure that you always have revenue coming in. Excuse me. And it locks in a client for a long term.
Okay.
There,
cool.
I was just
I think I'm back.
You're back.
Man, what happened?
You blinked out.
So I can't hear you now.
One sec.
I don't know what happened.
Hold on. What else do you want to tell before you go?
I would say if you want to build out a program like this, like if you're going to be at the huge, great, come and listen. I'm going to try to pack as much information into that 45 minutes as I can. But if you're not, and you want to start a program like this, just really think about like, can you execute the service? Like make sure that whatever you're discounting it, that it doesn't destroy your margins, because discounted stuff at scale will expose margins you didn't know you have. And then you also may have to really pay close attention to your comp plan for either your sales reps and your techs, because your comp plan can be a secret weapon that you didn't know about that you could do, like change. I know most companies are either hourly or performance pay, or like a bonus pay, or like a portion of the job. And when you're doing discounted rates, that can be detrimental because your techs aren't going to make a lot, and then you're really cutting into your margins. So your comp plans can be really, you need to incentivize your comp plans to get the behavior that you want. And if you can set those three things up, then just start selling. Just ask your current customers, hey, we just did your cleaning. Would you like, if I give you this discount, we just start coming out quarterly, and then bill them monthly. And golden rule, don't ever let a customer pay per cleaning after the service. They'll just say, oh, I want to skip this time. So don't let anyone do that.
Yeah. Okay. That's insightful. Here we go. Since you can't hear me, thank you very much for your time. And we're out. That was the wildest interview I've ever done because it was half my voice and half my text on the screen, but we worked it out. I hope you all found that valuable. I found it incredibly valuable. I'll see you all at the huge convention next week. Last chance shout out for those on live. Anybody want a ticket to the huge convention? I have one to give away. Of course, looks like the answer is no. We already have tickets, and we're going to see you next week anyway. So appreciate you guys. Just like my buddy Craig. Pizza's ready. We'll see you all at the huge convention.